Hey everyone, welcome back to the Talking North podcast. With North going into the bye round, I thought I'd do a mid-season review because we're not playing Carlton again. I thought this would be the perfect time to get Atush from the Only Carlton page over on Instagram. Welcome mate. How you doing?
Oh, mate, it's an honour to be here, to be on Talking North, bro. This was on my bucket list, bro. It was like, going into the seven wonders of the world and being on the Talking North podcast. So thank you for having me, bro. Love to be here.
Pleasure to have you. To start off, Carlton, you're 15th on the ladder with a record of 3-8. What's your general feeling, at this point of the season?
So for me, the season's broken up into two parts, right? So there's the Michael Voss part, which we were like the worst team in the comp, and I wanted to like die after every football game. And now there's the Josh Fraser part, where it's like, bro, I enjoy living again. I enjoy watching football. So look, overall, like I know going into the season, it's not just me. A lot of Carlton supporters understood that this was going to be like a holding pattern season. We weren't really going to make finals. We weren't going to do much, but it was more so to improve the culture of the club, which I know has been a big talking point in the off season. Like we haven't been the most, like, truth be told, the most successful club off field. We always have issues there. There's always like, three of our star players left last year in a messy way. So it's more so to improve the chemistry of the team and the culture. And look, first 10 weeks, we did none of that. If I'm being honest, we kind of went backwards, but the last 2 weeks have really changed. So look, it's still early to call it, but if we can somehow salvage the season and get a couple more wins, get around that 8 to 9 win mark, I'll call it a success, but I'll be happy.
Yeah, no, fair enough. So the day I think it was 2 weeks ago now, Tuesday morning. What was your reaction and feelings when the decision to get rid of Michael Voss was announced?
So it was Tuesday, 7:28 in the morning. I remember the time.
Remember the exact time?
I, I, I remember the exact time, bro. It's on the way to work. My phone blew up. I was over the moon. I love Vossi, but like no one. Voss was so I'm 20 years old, right? Voss is the only coach I've seen that's given me success. I grew up in the Bolton era, right? 2 wins a season, wooden spoons, right? Those are the coaches I know. David Teague didn't give us much. Mick Malthouse I saw towards the end of his career didn't give us much, right? I'll always have a special place in my heart for Vossi because the prelim and that whole finals run was some of the happiest moments of my life. I turned 18 in 2023, so it was like everything was going my way. So look, it was bittersweet because at the same time he needed to go. Bro, he was one of the worst coaches in the league, genuinely. And he was so stubborn and he was so backwards and so old with his coaching ways. It needed to happen. So I was over the moon when it happened. But then later around 5, 6 o'clock PM when I got home, I was actually I was gutted. I was like gutted, bro. Genuinely, I was cut. I was like, fuck, no way he's actually gone. It's an end of an era. So he needed to go though. I mean, you can see how much the team is thriving now, and I'm sure we'll get onto it later under Josh Fraser and the new coaching regimen. I have some stats for you as well. I came prepared. So but yeah, we look like a completely different team.
So yeah, no, fair enough. You talk about that like bittersweet feeling of, he was the coach that you experience your best memories as a Carlton fan. I feel similar with Brad Scott, right? He's just been sacked by Essendon, but his time at North, fair bit longer than Vossi's, but kind of similar, right? He got us to those prelims. Best, memories of my North Melbourne life, but he also the worst as well. So it is a weird feeling when a coach gets sacked, like that you've had those kind of experiences with.
Yeah.
So the new coach, Josh Fraser, you're 2-0 since he's joined. What do you think has changed since Josh Fraser? Is it just a different mentality, or is it the way you guys are playing? You said you had some stats prepared. What have you got for me about Josh Fraser?
Okay, so just the change in the last 2 weeks, right? So uncontested marks under Voss, we were 13th in the comp. Under Fraser, we're first, right? Kicking down along the line, we were first in the comp. Oh, sorry, ninth in the comp for kicking down along the line. Now we're 18th. We're the comp that does it the least. We're the team that does it the least. So it's a completely different game style. Under Voss, the whole new the game styles changed. We're playing faster. It was the biggest Carlton hoax. It was faker than the moon landing, bro. Like it just wasn't real. We weren't playing different. We were playing differently for like a quarter, but as soon as we panicked, as soon as pressure came our way, we reverted to the back old, same old Carlton, same contested ball. We're winning contested ball every week, but clearly we weren't doing anything with the ball. Like I look back at the North game, touchy subject there, worst day of my life.
We'll get into that more.
But like the last 5 center bounces, we played the exact same lineup against you, and you kicked 5 straight goals in the last quarter. So we were changing stuff, but as soon as it didn't go our way, Voss never stuck with it. Fraser sticks with it. Now I'm watching us play a different style of football for 4 quarters, you know? Like, bro, D50 to forward 50, we're second in the comp now. Before with Voss, we were 13th. So it's stuff like that where I don't get. It's almost like it almost doesn't feel real how we can go from being such a slow, flat-footed team, you know, to just kicking down along the line to now playing dynamic football. And it shows me that it was a lot of the coaching, right? Like I blame the players too, but like it was also, I guess, the direction we were going in. And sometimes you just need a circuit breaker. Sometimes it's not personal, you know. Like I have nothing against Michael Voss. I don't think he was a terrible coach. He just wasn't the coach that was going to get us out of this rut. So yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Do you think it's because it's only been 2 weeks, right? Do you reckon it's too small of a sample size to be able to tell that Josh Fraser can be your guy going forward, or do you think, he can? This form will continue for the rest of the year under Fraser?
Well, I personally think we're winning the flag this year. Um, just I'll put it out there. We're making wild card, Liam. It's happening. You're gonna see
Yeah.
us there. We're gonna win 12 of our next 14, bro. You're gonna see next time I come on you, I'll be naked. All right. After we just won the flags. But no, look, in terms of Josh Fraser being our permanent coach, you can't give it to him. Just because mainly when he first took the job, I don't care. He could win us a flag, bro. The guy himself said he's not ready for it. And when
Mm,
someone doesn't believe in themselves, you can't give them the job, you know. And
no, that's
it
fair.
is a sugar hit. I can admit it's a sugar hit. I'm sure we're not going to keep this form going into the rest of the season, but it's just so different. It's so different than we were playing before, and it's almost like again, it feels like a completely different team. So I don't know, bro. Like to answer your question again, I don't think we can give Frazier the job, but will the form continue? I have so much faith in this team. I might be stupid. Maybe it's like youthful ignorance, but I feel like we can go all the way here.
Yeah, no, fair. I respect the optimism. It is interesting. Like I thought when you beat the Bulldogs, it was like coach rebound. It always happens in the first, but the fact you did it 2 weeks in a row is really important. But I think the main, sign to see if it really is changing is you're actually playing a really good team this weekend in Geelong. How do you think this game's gonna go?
Oh well, we beat Geelong for fun. Even when we're shit, we just beat them, right? Like genuine.
Yeah,
I
true.
think we're maybe
They're in very
three
good
out of the
form
last
though.
four. They are, but they're always in good form when we play them. You know, like I'm pretty sure last year they were like 6-1 when they played us, and we just smashed them.
True.
And last year
So,
was shit, bro.
so you think you'll win? You think you'll beat the Cats?
100%. You heard it here first. 100%.
All
Blues by
right.
34.
Wow. Okay. So you think you can maintain a 4 quarter performance against the informed team in the league? I respect that confidence. I can see it.
Yeah.
I could easily see it happening. Easily. You've won what? Because I was at. I know preseason isn't a thing, but I was actually at the Carlton Geelong preseason game at Icon Park, and you guys were a
No.
nightmare matchup for them. So yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I think stylistically we always match up well. Like I'm pretty sure we won 4 of the last 5 against them. So stylistically they play contested ball, and contested ball is like our bread and butter. And now on top of contested ball, we also added the uncontested mark game and the kick and carry game. So like, bro, I don't see how we lose here, Liam. If I'm being honest, we're not losing, bro.
I rate it. Well,
Geelong never heard of them.
true. They've changed their game style a little bit. I think and seen them in the last few weeks. They're doing a bit more of the forward handballing stuff, which is
Yeah.
something that a few teams have gotten you with. Do you think that particular part of the game is something you can stop?
Well, their wingers worry me. That's the one part. Right? You talk about the forward handball game. Their wingers can break up in the game. We just lost one of our best wingers of the year, Matt Carroll, who's been an absolute superstar out with the ACL.
Yeah, that
Heartbroken for him.
sucks.
But we can have Akers come back in. Akers historically loves the game against Geelong. He always kicks
Yeah,
like 2, 3
true.
goals, has 20 to 30 touches. The guy just, like, again, like, I'm not trying to be funny when I say it. We beat Geelong for fun.
Yeah, it's
Genuinely,
just
it's
one of
like
those
fun for
games.
us. Like,
It's like
yeah,
Giants against Brisbane, right? Like, I think
yeah.
Giants have like on the weekend they've kicked 14-0 in the third, but Giants
Uh,
have won 4 of their last 5 against Brisbane, and Brisbane have won the
yeah,
last 2 flags. So yeah, I guess
yeah,
some matchups work, and yeah, you guys always beat Geelong.
yeah.
Uh,
And like
um,
Geelong are a team I have so much respect for, by the way. Like if I could pick one team that Carlton could replicate, it'd be Geelong because they're just so
yeah,
consistently good on field, off field. But I'm sick and tired of them being good,
I'm
bro.
so
All my
I'm so
life
sick
they've
of
been good.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can relate, bro.
Oh yeah.
All my life they've been good. You
Oh,
know,
it
it pisses me
sucks.
off.
Yeah, I have so many mates to go for Geelong too. It's the worst.
Yuck.
Yeah. Back to the like coach talk. Carlton's coach. So you've said Josh Fraser won't be, and that's totally fair. Like he himself said he doesn't want to, and I think he needs probably more time as an assistant. Who do you want? If you got to choose, if the board came to you tomorrow and said, "We want you to pick Carlton's coach for 2027," who are you picking?
Corey Enright, I think, is the correct choice. Corey Enright's, Hayden Skipworth. I'm against the old coaches. I don't want Adam Simpson. I don't want Horse. I don't want Brad Scott. He's on the market now. I don't want these guys.
No, he's not.
I want a new, fresh coach. If you want a left field name for content, you can clip this up. I wouldn't mind Kate Simpson, assistant coach at Hawthorn.
Yeah, I
That's
mean
just,
Carlton legend, so
yeah. But
yeah,
like also Carlton, like I'm gonna diss my own club here, but like usually Carlton players are losers. They don't win stuff,
yeah,
and the guys, I think he's played 350 games and he won maybe like 100 of them. So
yeah.
maybe he doesn't have the winner. Yeah, sorry, go.
He had like one of the worst win rates I think in AFL history.
Poor
Kate Simpson.
bloke.
Yeah,
Poor
him and
bloke.
Mark Murphy.
Poor...
And I think I think
Oh,
I think my boy Jai Simpkins up there as well, unfortunately.
well, these. I mean, your boy's gonna come up now. You guys are gonna win the flag soon. So,
Hopefully.
um, but yeah, no, like someone like that. Someone like a younger coach that is more versed in like the modern style. Because I don't
Yeah.
believe Adam Simpson can play the modern style. I don't like Nathan Buckley's another one. I don't want him.
No,
I want a
yeah.
new, untried coach.
I fully agree because I mean they were showing this stuff like when Voss got sacked that you've tried all the different types of coaches, right? Like you had the Mick Malthouse, like the old timer. You had David Teague, the interim. You had Bolton, the guy that never played AFL. Then you had Voss, the former like Brisbane coach. None of them have
Yeah,
worked, but I think Enright. The thing with Enright, right? He's lined up to be Saints' next coach. So if you can get him before that, that will piss off the Saints, which I think with, some of the stuff, Saints taking two of your boys, that could be some interesting mind games to take Corey Enright off them. I've been thinking that. That would be I think that'd be a good pick, Corey Enright. He was coached by Chris Scott as well. Chris Scott clearly we're seeing with Stephen King at Melbourne. If you're under Chris Scott, you're gonna know the game pretty well.
yeah, no, for sure. And yeah, you bring up the St Kilda connection. I'd love to take someone they want from
Oh
them.
yeah.
I'd love to, bro. Don't even get me started on St Kilda. This is a PG show, guys. I'm trying not to swear. Don't get me
It
started
doesn't
on
have to be
those two
PG.
rats.
I saw I saw a thing about TDK that he's ranked 22nd out of all rucks this year. So as much as you call him a rat, I think you should maybe be grateful that he's gone and they took his really big salary. I think that's going to be a win for Carlton down the line. I don't. He's 26 already too. People like he's like the same age as like Tristan Sherry pretty much. I don't know. I think you
Well,
should be happy that he's gone.
oh, I'm so happy he's gone. I didn't want to pay his contract. Like we offered him 1.2, 1.3, which I thought was insane at the time. Like, bro, like 1.3 for a ruckman. I'm sorry, if your name's not Luke Jackson or Tristan Cherry, you're not worth that much, right? Like, so as much as I'm glad he's gone, but just the way he went about it, bro. Like,
Yeah.
towards the end of the year, he wanted out. You could tell he wanted out. At one point, we were Bronx cheering him, which I'm against, by the way, but I thought that was hilarious. Like, Carlton supporters were booing him. So,
Yeah. Wow. That's like Essendon with Ben Mackay.
yeah, but at least, actually, to the Koning's credit, at least, he's never clapped mid play while the ball's in play behind him. That was, I
Yeah.
don't know what Ben
True.
Mackay's doing there.
Yeah. A main part of your season has been your second half capitulations. Do you think that was a Voss thing and his tactics, or do you think it was the mentality of your playing group?
I think this season it fell under both. But if you look at Voss's entire coaching career at Carlton, his entire coaching tenure, he's always been inconsistent. And I think one of the big reasons for that was his game plan relied on hard ball, contested ball, right? So it was built around Patrick Cripps, which is why Patrick Cripps thrived under him. He won two Brownlows under Voss. It was a lot of talent. It was a lot of me, get there. There wasn't a lot of system in place. And I can say that even in 2023, Kerner kicked 80 goals.
Mm,
Cripps won a Brownlow in like 2022, 2024. Everyone was having career best seasons. Everyone was in form, right? The moment someone didn't drag us over the line, we lost, right? So if you look at 2022, I know this off heart. We started the year 8-2 in 2022. And then obviously we ended that year and missed finals, bro. So in 2023, we started terribly, ended strong. And
mm.
then 2024, we started strong and ended terribly. We always play patches of football for like 6 months, good football. And then after that, it's shit. So it's been a Michael Voss thing for sure. But I also do think that this group was scarred from the elimination final in 2024 when we went 60-0 against Brisbane.
Yeah.
So and then the very next game after that was the Richmond loss in 2025, the unlosable games. We lost to a bunch of P platers. Like we got backflipped on. I close
Yeah.
my eyes, but I don't sleep much. When I sleep and I have dreams, it's always of Seth Campbell doing a
Yeah.
backflip.
Jesus. Yeah. Yeah. No fair. Your group of players seems fairly scarred. Do you think that will result in the likes of Patrick Cripps possibly going to West Coast and maybe Jacob Weedon coming to North? Do you think those older boys that have been scarred by, some of your recent years, do you think they will leave at the end of this season?
So I'm pretty sure we were talking about it. I was like, Wiedering's gone. And I made a video saying Wiedering looks disinterested, right? Since Voss is gone, he looks like he loves life again. Same with Patrick Cripps. Like you can see he's in career best form again. Guys kicking 2 goals, having 30 touches a game. So I would agree with you that, Cripps, but like Cripps has always been a thing for me. Patrick Cripps will die at this club. Like I'm convinced. Even after football, he'll take up a role somewhere in Carlton. Like he is that dedicated. It's very rare to find it these days because usually now you'll have vice captains 3 years into a 7-year deal and one out and go to Sydney. So you can't trust players anymore.
Yeah,
Um,
fair. So you
but yeah,
think,
no, I think they'll stay. I don't think we're gonna have a max exodus like if Voss stayed, then yeah, I'd be seriously worried. But now again, you can see it's almost like a new lease on life for a lot of these players, specifically senior players.
yeah, so you don't think Clarko can lure Jacob Wiedering over?
Not a chance, bro.
No?
Not
Okay,
a chance.
fair enough.
He'll
Um,
have to get through me first.
yeah, okay, true. Um, let's move on to North. So my boys are sitting 5 and 6, 13th on the ladder. Let's also go back to Good Friday. What did you see from North in that game what did you take from us that game? Like, is there genuine growth in this group? And did you see that in our win against Carlton, or was it more you guys capitulating?
See, I don't like the whole thing where, like, I agree that, getting a comeback win against Carlton is like losing your virginity to a prostitute. Like, it doesn't count. Like,
Yeah,
we just hand out comeback wins. But, like, you guys played incredibly well that game. And one thing I can never take away from your young group, specifically that it's a young group, you guys wanted to win that fourth quarter. I think the difference between us and you in that game was in the fourth quarter, we were up by 22 points, 10 minutes left or something like
yeah,
that. And we shut down. We wanted to hold on to the game. You guys wanted to win. And to have that resilience in your players, specifically Sheasel, when he kicked that goal from that hard angle, bro, how old is he? 20? 21?
yeah, 21. Yeah,
Bro, he's fucking my age. So,
yeah,
like, I'm here sitting in front of my laptop talking to a camera and he's out there kicking goals like that. So,
yeah,
it's stuff like that. It's the mentality of the group. It's really like you guys truly believe you can win any game. And you saw it. I'm sure we can talk about the game from last week,
yeah. I was gonna bring that
the
up.
Gold Coast. Yeah, you saw that game. You never
Yeah,
really gave up. 7 goals in the last quarter. But I remember North. It wasn't that long ago. You guys were the laughing stock of the comp.
no, no.
Wasn't that long ago. You
Eight
don't really have
months
that much of
ago,
a different list.
8 months ago, we lost to Geelong by 120 points.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and Dane
it
Shield was eating a
is.
kebab on the bench.
Oh God, that is like, I think that is. Marnie said this, I think, a few weeks ago. That is burnt in my brain. Like that was horrible. So you're just laughing, not caring. Yeah, it is crazy to see how far we've come because our issue last year. So we only won five and a half games. We've already won 5 this year, but we lost like maybe like 6 games by under 10 points. And it was
Yep.
clear in some games that we didn't have the mentality to get over the line. And the fact that we've had, sorry to use you guys as an example, the Carlton game and the Gold Coast game, where we've come back in a last quarter. Like, I can't remember, like the last time we've had, like, multiple games, even any game where we've, like, come back. Like, that's not us. That's not a North Melbourne thing. And that's what I think's truly changed about the team. Like, we all knew that, yeah, when you're going to get, Sheasel, Wardlaw, McKercher, Finn O'Sullivan, all top 3 picks, obviously they're good, but it's what they can do in those big moments. And I think, especially on the weekend against the Suns, Wardlaw 13 touches, Finn O'Sullivan 12. Those guys are 21 and 20 years old, and they're doing that in a last quarter when it matters against Rao, Anderson, and Petrarca. That's how I know that we've truly changed as a team. So that's why we've got 5 wins already, I reckon.
Yeah, you're not gonna stop here. I think the biggest thing for me is like you can tell the players, specifically the younger ones, have bought into the game style. They truly believe in the football they're playing. Under Voss, we didn't believe in the football we were playing. You could see it on the players' faces, right? Like my biggest thing from that game in Good Friday was you guys actually believed in your game plan. We had no faith in ours. That's why we locked up in the fourth quarter, and you guys were playing fast, playing football. Well, I want to talk about. I'm sure you got stuff planned. Sorry, but like just real quick, the most impressive thing about North this year is your younger players. Like not just like, but like your players that have come out of nowhere, like Cooper Trembath is an
Yeah.
absolute star. I'd kill
Oh
to
yeah.
have him at Carlton.
Mm.
Tom Blamiers, who what he's working an admin job fucking for 3 months ago. Yeah,
Yeah. At Frankston. Yeah.
it, bro. And he's coming out and doing that. So like it's these players that come in and have an impact, and you just find them out of nowhere. And I think your list manager cops a lot of shit, Brady Rowling.
He does. From
Specifically
me
in
previously as
last.
well.
Oh, you better apologize because
Well,
like,
I know
bro,
I have. I've many times I've said that. Yeah, we've actually done really well with the draft picks, and one that I criticize heavily, who I think's been amazing. Not amazing's a bit much, but I've been very impressed. Zane Dersma was a player that I last year I didn't see him having a future at the team, but he's kicked like 16 goals already this season, which might not sound like a crazy amount, but this guy was so in and out of the team. He was playing odd roles, and now we've just chucked him deep in the forward line, and he's got some confidence, and he's showing that, yeah, he was pick 4, and we may have picked him over Nick Watson, which, in hindsight, it would be lovely to have Nick Watson, but I feel we got to put the faith in this guy, and he's actually showing it, which I'm really impressed by. Zane Dersma.
yeah. Well, I think the biggest telling point, and I knew you guys were going to be good from this point, is in the off season when you guys didn't really get anyone. You
Mm,
went after a lot of names, but no one came over. Brady Rawlings came out in an interview, and this is how you know I'm a closet North fan. I listened to his like
yeah,
post trade interview, and he said something. It was fucking beautiful, bro. I wish people at Carlton spoke like this. He said, "We didn't get anyone in, but we're gonna back in the list that we have. We don't need anyone else." He said, I'm paraphrasing, yeah, but he said something along those lines. So that showed to
spot
me,
on.
bro, that you guys have fully bought in to this system, to this playing group, and it translates on field. You can see it.
Yeah, no, you're spot on there. I think Brady Rawlings deserves some credit. He's made mistakes in the past. There's no denying. Like Jared Pollock, Jasper Pittard, Aiden Core. That there've been some mistakes of players we've brought in. We tried to. Those were guys that were going to fix our defense, and we tried, and we haven't succeeded with those. But genuinely, like the Darling, Parker, and Caleb Daniel, the 2024 trade period is where it happened, and it took a year for those guys to grow. 2025, we didn't need to do much. We brought in Spargo, who's been pretty decent. But yeah, what you said about what Brady Rawlings said was looking back is a really, really important thing to say that we have confidence in our group and that we trust. The main thing in that trade period was the key defender, right? So myself and a lot of others wanted a big key, like we're looking at Lee Kalia, who probably in hindsight isn't actually the key defender we need, but he said we trust our key defender stocks. And
Yeah.
a player that I've criticised a lot, Griffin Logue, is actually showing that he is good now, and he kept banking to 1 goal. And I've heard this stat a bit.
Did he really?
Yeah, Ben King kicked 1 goal, 4 disposals, barely touched it. Um, One I've heard a lot is that North are one of like 3 teams to not let a key forward kick 4 goals or more this year, which is an insane stat for us, right? Because last year you look like Jezza kicked 10, like the amount of players that just pile on goals. Josh Bruce kicking 10 against us 5 years ago. Like that's what I think of with us, right? Like these key forwards just kicking a ton of goals on us. The fact that we haven't let a key forward, like a number one key forward for an opponent kick 4 or more goals is crazy. And I think Griffin Logue deserves some credit, and Brady Rawlings deserves some credit for backing in our key defenders.
Yep. No, for sure. I mean, Griffin Logue was someone I talked a lot of shit about. I remember when you guys got in Griffin Logue, and I was like, "What are you guys doing?" Same with Caleb Daniel. In his first year, Caleb Daniel was terrible.
Yeah,
But now he's
definitely.
showing a lot. I watched him run down Jagger Smith, and again, that's forever
Yeah,
ingrained in
wow,
my
what a
mind.
moment.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Not for me, bro.
Yeah, I mean, Jagger's a young kid, but like he's bloody quick, and Caleb isn't. But I think Caleb's defensive determination to chase him down,
Oh, that was
we
just pure will.
would
Yeah,
not have seen him
100%.
do that last year, and wouldn't have seen a lot of our players do that last year. I don't think. So it's
Yeah,
clearly something that's changed, and as much as it's like, oh, Caleb's an experienced guy, he should slot in straight away. It takes time to like make relationships with people in your team, and I think Caleb is looking really comfortable now, and he was a player that I was totally off even at the start of the year. But he's yeah, the Carlton game was Caleb's turning point. That was his best game for the club. He got 10 coaches' votes. That's where not not to say Carlton got him into form, but that was where
I'm glad we played him into form for you, bro. It's all
it's
right.
okay.
It's all good, man. It's all good, man.
We do that to players all the time. Well, maybe not anymore, but we have a knack of playing players out of form into form. But yeah, I think we're definitely getting there. Where do you think we can finish? Like realistically, like you don't have to try and please my North Melbourne audience. Like where do you realistically think North Melbourne will finish in 2026?
It depends. So I don't know your run home. Do you have an easy run home or a
I
hard
can
run
go
home?
through it. So we've got the
Go through
bye
it.
this coming week. Frio in so we're about to do our 2 week trip to Perth. So we're they're our home
Okay.
games. People don't like that.
Yeah, because you're a small club, small baby tin pot club, so you need to sell
We
your home games.
tin
Yeah,
pot,
yeah.
okay.
No, all good.
um we it's good. We get good money and we play well in Perth historically, so I really don't care. What
Okay.
who there's one person that keeps on saying it. I think it's I don't know, this one guy on Zero Hanger keeps on saying, "Oh, North are selling their salt, whatever." I don't care about that. So yeah, we got Freo at Hands Oval, which yes, Freo will probably win. They've won 10 in a row, but Hands Oval is a weird one. Like in Bunbury, we played West Coast there last year. It was a horrible game. Like both teams got like under
Yeah.
60 points, so that I can rule that one out. Freo are top of the ladder. But then we've got a 4 week run of West Coast, Essendon, Richmond, and Port Adelaide.
So
Richmond, Port
4 wins.
Adelaide, Essendon, three teams we've already beaten. West Coast, we lost to them, but I'd be pretty surprised if we lose to West Coast twice in a year. That's probably the one I'm most nervous about in the that next patch. And then we've got like St Kilda and Collingwood, which I also think are winnable games. So we have a run of 6 games that we could win all of them. And then we end the season with the Bulldogs, Hawthorn, Swans, and Geelong. But we've got a patch of like 2 months where I think we can do well. So based on that, what do you think?
So in the games you just read out, I just gave you 8 wins in my mind, right? So how many wins do you
8.
have now? Yeah.
So we
How
have
many wins do you have
5.
now?
Do you think we can get 13 wins?
Fucking earth, why not?
So what are the
This isn't me like appealing to your North. I don't give, but like I'm sorry to like the 7 North fans in existence. Well, I'm not trying to appeal to you guys. Like I genuinely
you've just said seven North fans, so they're all unfollowing you as we speak.
no. um, but no, I'm not saying it for the sake of saying it. Like I'll be true. Like I'll be honest. Like I truly believe, maybe if not this year, bro, you'll be playing finals very soon. Because I
Yeah,
see this as a team that's bought in and someone that supports a club where I can see players haven't bought in and I can see the difference between when players want to play for the club in 2023 and when they don't. It's a massive difference. Like footy is
yeah,
like 80% mental. Like
yeah.
skill is
True.
always going to be a thing, but like
Yeah,
these guys are all professional,
there's
athletes,
not
all
much of a
professional AFL
difference in their
footballers.
ability. Like they all got drafted for a reason.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct. So mental's a big thing, and again, the Brady Rawlings quote, and then how it translated to this season, bro. You're a young team, and the sky's the limit. Genuinely.
yeah. So you think we? So you said we can win 8 for the rest of the season. So
Yeah.
I assume you've put down West Coast, Essendon, Richmond, and Port Adelaide. What are the other 4?
Yep. Name out the other ones again. So I
So
gave you those 4 straight
yeah,
away.
Fremantle,
Okay, loss.
Geelong, Sydney.
Loss.
Not winning any of those.
Okay.
Hawthorn we lose to every year.
Now you can take one of them.
Uh,
Those 4 games, so like Geelong, Sydney, Hawthorn, you'll win one of them, bro. You'll win one of them.
Geelong is Geelong is a team we just can't beat. Like we haven't beat them in 11 years. Hawthorn, they beat us by like 100 every year. Sydney's hard.
Yeah. Trust me,
Bulldogs,
I know.
we're playing Bulldogs, Saints, and Collingwood are the other 3. So you think we beat Bulldogs, Saints, and Collingwood?
Collingwood. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Collingwood
Collingwood.
we can beat if Finn O'Sullivan goes to Nick Dacos. I think we win that. Saints, same. Naz could be the difference. So we probably should have
Okay.
beat. We only lost to Saints by a goal last year. So yeah, I
Yeah.
no, I respect your optimism. I think we'll win those 4 ones after the Freo game, and then I think we'll win one of St Kilda and Collingwood. So I think we'll win 5 for the rest of the year. But I think we'll make wild card with 10 wins. That's my prediction.
Yeah. Wildcard, 10, 11 wins. But you remind me of me before Carlton went on a run. I was just so scarred for life.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I
Oh,
was like, I'm gonna lose every game by 100. Trust me, bro. When you get to success, and
yeah.
you'll get a little bit of it, you you'll forever remember the team for what they could be doing and not what they are. Because that's what I do a lot. I was
Yeah.
like, man, why can't we go on our own? We did it 3 years ago,
Yeah. Well, we
So
haven't done it in 10 years. So, like, since we started 2016 9-0, I haven't seen us go on a run. So, it's been a while.
fucking hell.
So that
Yeah,
that's
you
why I'm a
you
bit scarred.
you're just me, bro. Before
Yeah,
2022. That's it.
exactly. Exactly. We can relate on that. Is there any I don't have anything else. Is there anything you wanted to bring up about Carlton or North?
Other than the fact that we're gonna make the wild card, baby.
Yep. Do you
We're
reckon
we're full on Fraser
North
Freight
Melbourne,
train.
Carlton in the wild card? And we can do a preview for that, hopefully. Manifest it.
Fuck the wild card. North Melbourne Carlton in the grand final, bro.
Okay, so we'll
In
both
the
finish
grand.
top four.
Yeah.
Would be amazing.
It would, but nah, I don't have much else to say. I think North are a great team. Like genuinely, in terms of like teams I respect, I didn't respect you for this year. If I'm being honest, I thought you guys were shit. But seeing how quickly you guys turned around and seeing how your young players bought in, it's amazing. And even though some of the older players, bro, and I that's one thing I wanted Carlton to do a lot, and they
Yeah,
never did was get in some older, experienced players. Like you brought in Darling, Parker, and
Daniel.
someone else,
Caleb Daniel,
Daniels.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Premiership players, all three of them.
Yeah. And
Did Parker
Spargo
win a
as well was
premiership?
actually a premiership player.
Yeah, but he's shit. Sorry.
Okay.
but
Fair enough. That's a different level. That's a bit of a
yeah,
drag. Yeah.
no,
Fake
but those guys are
fake
all
premiership.
veterans. Fake, yeah, Mickey Mouse. He was in COVID. Doesn't
Yeah.
count, bro.
Yeah.
But those three players, like they bring experience, and I think people got mad at the Darling trade. I think what Darling brought to your forward line is way more than goals kicked. I think he brought stability,
Absolutely.
and that's why players like Trembath can be incredible. Dersma, Larkey can give them space to actually play football and not do the hard work, not do
Yep.
the shit jobs no one wants to do.
Yeah.
So that's what players like that do. Just in case anyone still hates Darling.
Yeah. No, he's a
And Luke
ripper.
Parker's just a gun.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Parker and Darling could be maybe one or two of the next players to get 400 games. That's my call. I still think they've got plenty of footy left in them. They're not that
It's a
far off,
big,
so
it's a big
Parker
call,
only needs
bro.
like 70 more, which is like 3 seasons after this one.
Four.
After
Oh,
this
after
one,
this one, yeah,
after this
yeah,
one, it'd
yeah,
be
yeah.
three. Darling maybe not, but I genuinely think Parker can get to 400 games. But that's a discussion for another time.
Do you think you'll keep him for another 3 seasons?
Probably not. That's the thing. Like, mate,
Yeah,
it depends.
you'll outgrow these players.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, just an interesting topic at the moment. Anyways, thank you for joining me, mate. I'm sure this won't be the last time. Good
Yeah,
luck for the Geelong game. I despise Geelong, so I really hope you guys can pull off an upset and go on a run, maybe to make wildcard or even higher. But yeah, thanks for joining me, mate. Appreciate it.
appreciate you having me on, bro. Again, an honor. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already.
Yeah,
Great, bro.
exactly.
How good is it to see young content creators do their thing, bro?
Exactly.
Like
Gen Z rise up,
so.
baby.
That's
Yeah.
it.